Welcome back to Sedgwick Attacks, Blind Swords, game, American Civil War. We're up to turn 440 in the game, and getting a little interesting as the Confederates are needing to pull back with the Union attack pressing on. And if you remember from the last turn, we had quite a bit of action down here to the south with some Wilcox Alabamians here, just along the plank road, where Bartlett's units here were shaken up quite a bit, battle worn, but the same thing happened to Wilcox units, but they're still hanging in there for now, even though they're pressed on both sides here. McLaws has moved up into position to kind of backstop everything here in the 440 turn. So let's take a look at this turn. So let's get started. So first off is going to be the artillery. We've already got the chits in the cup, and we're into the artillery phase here. So the first one is going to be looking at a couple of lines of sights here. That one's blocked, but the first one's going to be Rigby up here, and he's going to take a shot at the 14th Alabama and the 9th Alabama down here. Right there. There we go. So he's taking a shot at those guys. And he rolls a 66. He gets a hit. And then gets a retreat 1, which pushes them back 1 hex. Let's get the right one. There we go. Gets the 14th back. So he's pushed back with an R1. Next, we will move on to Cobb, who will not take a shot, but he actually moved back towards the Salem Church itself. Then we've got Williston. He's going to take a shot at the skirmishers, but he misses. And then the last one, Confederates pass because they don't have any more at the moment. It's going to be Pearson, and he moves up just 1 hex. And then we move on to the chit draw. First chit out is the Wilcox Brigade chit, and he activates. And with them, they are going to, I believe, attack. I think so. They're definitely going to be shooting. And yeah, I think they go into attack to fire and move after that. So the first one here is going to be the 11th Alabama up here, the 9th Alabama B, firing at 15th New Jersey in the woods. They take a shot at them and they miss. Next one is going to be back down here with the 9th Alabama at the 121st New York, right here and here. And they take a shot, and their shot misses. That was a little tough one. That was going to be a on the 1 column there, so that was a long shot. Next, moving along the line here. We've got these guys now moving, and they will move back, and then the other ones here move back into the woods, moving back towards the entrenchments, trying to get some cover to recover. And then the skirmishers are going to move back here as well. That's the 15th Virginia. Yeah, that Mahone unit there should have been out of skirmishers that was taken out last turn. So the skirmishers for the 15th Virginia are going to move back eventually here to there. And then the 9th Alabama is going to move, but first he's got to take an opportunity shot from the 121st and 5th Maine. And they miss, so they can retreat back to there, and they go into the woods over there. Okay, so that was Wilcox. Heroic Stand is the next one out. That's going to be placed on the 15th New Jersey up there in the woods, potentially setting up some sort of attack here against Mahone and Wilcox back here. And then we've got another command ship. This is Confederates. It's good ground. That's going to be placed on these two Wilcox units over here, 11th and 9th Alabama. And now Brooks comes out, and he does activate a unit, and he activates Bartlett. That's these guys down here, and they're going to regroup. So we're going to get rid of those shaken markers off of them and get them back in good order. So they're in pretty good stead there. So that's Bartlett. And then we get Brooks again, and he does activate somebody. He's going to activate Russell over here, these two guys, to maneuver. They're going to move up to support the attack. So they will move down the road, Plank Road, and the other one will move cross country to catch up with them, setting up a line in front of Salem Church. Okay, next one out is Sedgwick. Okay, and he does activate. He activates Brown to attack. So that's Brown without the E. That's these guys up here. Our heroic stand, 15th New Jersey, as well as the other New Jerseys. They're going to attack. So there's no firing. They're just going to move up first. And they move up to there to support them. And they move up there to support them here as well. Okay, so there's just going to be one attack right there, where the 15th New Jersey is going to try to press on Mahone's 61st Virginia and try to push them out of the woods. This is a tough one because Mahone is still in good shape, so it's pretty much going to be a one-to-one attack. But first, we've got to see about the defensive fire from 61st. So they take a shot first. They roll 46. That's going to hit, but the result is, that's going to be a miss on that. So that the 15th New Jersey now attacks. They roll a 26, which is a routine, and then they roll a 31, which is a morale hit on them. So that did not work out for the 15th New Jersey. They were repulsed, and they're now shaken. Okay, the next one out is Wilcox Command Commander. And this is the overall commander, so he's going to roll a 1, so he does activate. And he is going to activate, I believe it's Mahone. And he's going to attack. And he's going to, first off, have the 61th Virginia shoot back at the 15th. And they do, but they miss. So now the movement. So he moves over the 6th Virginia with the 61st Virginia to form up an attack there. And then we have the other Mahone units of the 16th and the 12th. The 12th doesn't move. 12th sits back there, but the 16th moves up to take the places where the 6th was set up. And now the 6th and the 61st are going to attack or close combat the 15th New Jersey over here. Now, the 15th New Jersey is going to take a shot first, and they miss. So now the New Jersey units, or excuse me, the Virginia units are going to attack. So they're going in. They roll 43, which is going to be a hit. And then their result gets a battle worn. It's actually a BD, which is a battle worn for both units, lead units, and then a morale hit on the Confederates. So 61st reduces and is battle worn, and then the same thing, well, not the same thing, but then the 15th New Jersey is also battle worn. So now we have both 61st and the 15th battle worn with morale hits. So quite the action there in the center, with both kind of just attacking and reducing each other slowly but surely across the lines there. Okay, so that's all of Wilcox's units, or Wilcox's activation, I should say. So now we got a command event, and it's going to be Brigade Reserve Movement. This is going to be Wheaton. They're going to move up a little bit to, again, close in on the Confederates. And then Brooks is taken, or is activated. And this time it's going to be, I believe it's Brown without the E. It's under attack. That was from before. Yes, I believe Brown is going to fire at the 15th New Jersey, and they miss. And then Brown is now looking to retreat. I shouldn't say retreat, but pull back away from there. So Confederates take an op fire at them and actually score a hit and forces them to retreat to hexes. So they were pulling away anyways, but they were forced away by the Confederate attack. Now the 1st New Jersey and the 3rd New Jersey down here are going to come up to replace them and try to assault the same units, the 6th and 61st Virginia, right there. First, we're going to have op fire by the Confederates, the 6th and 61st. They shoot and miss. And then we have the close combat between the 1st and 3rd New Jersey and the 6th and 61st. They score a double one, which is going to be a close, close fight. That's it. They score a close fight, and now that's going to be a little tough. This could hurt them. And they roll a 56, which is actually going to be a BD. Yes, it is, and a morale hit. Retreat to the Confederates. So both units are battle worn. So now that's going to be the 6th, or that's going to be the 1st New Jersey first off, and then the 6th New Jersey, or 6th Virginia, and they're also going to get a morale hit and have to retreat. Both units have to retreat too. So quite the fight there, right in the center. Finally, the rest of the New Jersey troops push the Virginians out of that hex, but not without taking heavy casualties themselves. So next is the Fortunes of War. It's a McLaw's chit, so that's going to be one of McLaw's, and I believe that was, let's see here, that was Kershaw. Yep, that was Kershaw. So Kershaw doesn't do anything. Now just to note, Kershaw is down holding the southern flank down here, so there's not much activity for them to do on there. Next is the Union Command chit. It's a rally. So the Union is going to rally unit. That's going to be the 10th Massachusetts right there. And they're going to try to rally. Now they get a +2 for the rally chit for their cohesion, so it needs a 5 or less to recover. And they roll a 4, so they are recovered. Back up to an 8. There we go. Now moving on here, we've got the the 10th Massachusetts also has to displace because they're overstacked on there as well. Okay, the next one is McLaw's. They fail their activation, so another limited activation. And that's going to be, let's see, who's that going to be? That is going to be Wolford this time. So he is activated. He is, again, kind of to the south. There's some units here, some units here, and some units up here that are not activated. So the next one out is McLaw's again. This time they activate. This is going to be Mahone now. He's defending. Mahone was back up here. He doesn't have any shots because there's nobody near him. But they're going to move a couple back here so they can regroup. And then move up and push back the Union skirmishers up to the north. And then they're going to recover some morale hits. That takes care of that. And then McLaw's is drawn again. Rolls a 2. That gets Semmes. They will defend. So there'll be a little bit of movement here and some recovery. There we go. Semmes is done. Now we've got Newton coming out. Newton activates. That's going to be Brown with an E. That's this guy over here. These guys over here, I should say. They're going to try to attack. But a Union fatigue comes out. So we've got to roll for that. Rolls a 2 and a 3. That means we're going to take a straggler hit, morale hit. And then they've got 3 movement points. So all 3 of those are going to 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And he's going to just come up the hill. Oops, one too many. There we go. And back there. Okay, next one is going to be Newton again. This is going to be for Wheaton. He fails, so Wheaton doesn't do anything. And just to remember, he's down here. Nobody around him to shoot at. So we move on to the next chit. It's going to be Fog of War. Fog of War rolls a 2, which is a Union battlefield chaos. And we're going to put that on them. Oh, why didn't it put it on there? Should have had the fog on there, but it's okay. Next one out, or last one out, is Union Command Confusion. Unfortunately, that will not get played because there's no commands to be given. All the commands are done, and we move on to the held chit phase. And with that, there's Confederate good ground and heroic stand all come out, and again, can't be used because there's nothing, no more attacking and anything else on there as well. So that's the end of the chit draw, and now we reset the commands, end the turn, and we'll move on to the 5 p.m. We've added there's 2 chits that come in at the 5 p.m. turn. We've added those as the reinforcements here at the end of the game. There we have it. So where do we stand at the end of turn 3? Well, the Confederates have fallen back to their improved position line. There's been some heavy action right within the center of the center of the board, with both the New Jerseyans and the Brown's troops attacking up through here to try to break the line and get into the improved positions over here. Meanwhile, other units still moving up. Russell, Wheaton, Brown with an E, all move up to fill in gaps while Bartlett recovers. Meanwhile, on the Confederate side, as I said, they fall back. Wilcox has fallen back here with a couple of their units to recover. Mahone has fallen back here and recovered some units. Semmes has moved up to fill in some of the improved positions here, while Wolford and Kershaw just hold the southern flank for now. So that's all for turn 3. Hopefully you're enjoying this. Please like us, comment, and subscribe. We'll be on to turn 4 in the next video.